All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Wednesday webinar. Start with a song with Ruth McCartney. Ruth, if you'd like to take it away.
Okie doke. Right. Hello again. I say again because it's almost March, but now it's April. So my name is Ruth McCartney. I'm a white woman and I identify as female. I have long hair, slightly purpley bits at the moment to cover the grey bits, and I'm wearing glasses. I'm wearing pink and reddish pinky orange colours. I'm in England, and as Musicplay is a Canadian company, this webinar is happening late afternoon for us. So good afternoon for those of us in the UK, and good morning to those in Canada. Today, I mainly work with individual students and with adults delivering workshops to improve musicianship, ranging from adults who are beginning to find their singing voice to more advanced readers in York Kodály Choir. I teach instrumental and voice students using Kodály methodology, especially for sight singing and sight reading rather, and improving the tuning of the intervals of my singers. Good. That's just told me it's recording. Right, okay. This year I started to run a course called Can't Sing, Won't Sing for the U3A, which is a university of the third age in England. And it's a course for adults who haven't found their singing voice yet. And the material and methodology I'm using is similar to that of today's course because it allows the learner to play, sing, explore pitch, vocal range, pulse, rhythm, dynamics, tempo, all the things that we would normally do in a music lesson, and improvisation without needing to learn a lot of new material. Oh, why is that not doing that? Oh, come on. There we are. Right. Different key. Fine. So today's objectives are to explore and develop musicianship using one song, and to show how one simple song can be used progressively and effectively throughout the whole primary age range, 5 to 11 years, and to explore composition and performance inspired by the same simple song. And the plan is that if I speak fast enough, I'll get through all my slides because I've got way too many, I think. So start with a song. I'm going to do a couple of simple songs with the same melody, using them to show how you can use and develop that song within each age group, exploring musicianship and developing skills suitable to that level. We don't always have to have a lot of material. I've always believed it's not what the song is or what it's about, but actually how you use it as a teaching tool that matters. So, for example, in numeracy, we start with our babies, we count numbers of fingers on one hand, and we get up to numbers 1 to 10, then we learn to add, divide, subtract, multiply, same numbers for fractions and decimals, still using the same 1 to 10 numbers at university level and proving they're not those numbers. But it's what we do with the numbers and how we teach the concepts and skills, increasing understanding, building on each skill. So the point that I'm making is that you don't have to always have hundreds of songs to teach a concept. You can use one song and vary it, and which allows you a lot more creativity yourself. So let's start with Hey, Hey, Look at Me. I love this song, and how it can be used to develop musicianship. So we'll start by listening to the whole song. Some children need the whole song. Some children learn in parts. Here is the whole song.
Oh, Ruth, it looks like we just lost your sound.
Oh, can I sing
Um,
instead?
sure, that sounds great. Otherwise, we can also look and make sure that it's selected sharing sound for the screen
Oh,
share.
it was doing it before. Would you believe it?
It was.
Okay. Hey, hey, look at me. I'm clapping, you can see. Hey, hey, look at me. Is it back? Is it back?
Very, very quiet. We might have to adjust with your share. We might have to re-select that share sound.
Okay. I could. Anyway, we get the point. So you're using a different action each time. Hey, hey, look at me. Snapping, you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we learn it. Set to professional audio in audio sessions. Oh, I've just got something that says I need to. Right. Can you see this, Danae?
I can't see your menu, no. What does it say?
Output volume, spatial, test mic, input, personalized, original sound set for musicians, live
Yep.
performance audio.
Yes, live performance audio. But then in the share screen,
Mm-hmm.
if you go down to the share screen options at the bottom of your bar,
Yep. Yep, I'm there.
there should be a little box that says share sound.
It just says share, but let's have a little look. Sorry about that. Share
That's all
computer,
good.
share computer sound, or
Perfect. Yes.
optimized for video sharing.
And yes,
That one.
both of them.
Oh, wait, sorry, wait a minute. Go back. I don't think you can have both.
Oh,
Right.
in that case,
Do we just try that?
let's
See
just
if
give
that.
it a try. Perfect.
Good. Right. Let me just get
Excellent.
rid of
Thank you so much.
that.
Thanks for bearing
That's
with
all
us,
right.
folks.
Love a bit of excitement. So the song carries on. And so on. So let me just get back to this. Oh, I think I've disappeared from mine. Okay, I can't see me anymore. Never mind. That's probably better. Right. So in this initial focus, oops, lost that one, is beat. And encouraging the children to join in with the action on each repetition. Do I then need to teach the song? Was it caught or was it taught? I'd say this song is being caught. So you repetition and repetition and repetition, and the children catch each song. You don't need to actively teach each song if it's a short song. Repeating it, they will pick it up naturally. And many songs are easy enough to learn just by simple repetition. If it's a taught song, you will need to know the song first. Some children can't manage a whole song, but I think on the whole, everybody needs to hear the whole thing first. Divide it up into manageable teaching ideas with musical phrases, musical ideas. And when you're teaching, gesture to yourself if you're singing and your children are listening. If you're pointing to both, then that gets confusing. So point to myself for me to sing, point to the children. I don't point, sorry, open hand so that they can put the song on my hand. Gesture to the children if they are singing, and then you are listening. That song was taught, not taught, that song was caught. So by treating the song as a game, children will pick it up easily, in which case they've caught the song. By playing the game, doing the actions, they'll feel the beat and the beat pulse, whichever you prefer, as seen in the video. Now, let's just move on to, we've caught the song, we've felt the beat. Can we now think about pitch? How else could we use this song? Let's follow the pitch direction. So the pitch direction, if you're asking children to sing high or low, if they don't understand the concept, they need to do it physically. So kinesthetic learning is really important here. So learning the song by echoing Bobo also supports the teacher with how to teach a simple song. Oops. Nope, that wasn't what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. So just notice Bobo is moving up and down, showing the pitch at the same time.
Hey, hey, look at me. am snapping, you can see.
Now, I use what Bobo was doing, and I would call them magic lips. So sometimes if children can't remember what they need to sing, hey, hey, look at me, I will ask the children to sing, but I won't keep talking at them. The more that they do, the more they learn, and the less I need to speak. Oh, no, wait a minute. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so encouraging the children to improvise a verse develops early creativity. It might be that your children socially aren't quite ready to come out and sing their song by themselves. They might just want to do the action. Do it in pairs, do it in threes, improvise just the action. Let somebody else sing it. And maybe in a little while, they might be able to feel confident enough to do the whole thing and maybe change the pitch, but we'll come to that in a minute. Might be just the action initially, but as vocal confidence improves, the child is going to progress and feel confident with the whole song. And it's the start of vocal and simple improvisation. There is a really great supportive video to help with improvisation. And obviously, just by watching it, you know what's going to happen next. For the action, very strong pulse. Child sings. And then clap at 8 beats. I only found this recently, and it's been such a good idea. Of course, when you're teaching a song, catching the song, or teaching it, if you show the notation, the children are reminded of the song that you're singing, not just through vocabulary and language and literary skills, but showing that reading lyrics with music is what happens when you're singing a song. So do use the notation. It's not just the song words that will sort of seep into children. And the more you use them, the more likely and so on. It leads then to what we're going to do next, to think about how many sounds, how many pulse beats. But if they haven't seen the music, it just makes it more tricky for you later. So keep showing the music. Keep showing as many other musical things as you can as a side. No, wrong word. As an aside, so that it's there, so the children are aware of it. And then they can say, oh, actually, it's this, because they do get it. If you show that notation, once they've experienced all their singing and playing with beat and rhythm, they're ready to work with combining both concepts together. All those initial playing games with the songs, with this song, experimenting, increasing the texture by singing and playing at the same time, using body percussion, using instruments, identifying and tapping the rhythm, combining both with simple song, allows for a much clearer relationship between beat and rhythm. And it is explained so well in the Beat and Rhythm Interactive. The reason for going through it all is because I know I absolutely love this song and I've used it before, but for teaching teachers, it's absolutely fail-safe. It's so good because it's so clear. So I use it with teachers and I use it with children.
Ready, go, hey, hey, look at me. I am clapping, you can see.
So the children might have their own set of pulse hearts and to tap their own set of pulse hearts, or stick a bit of glue, magic glue, and tap their own heart. If you put the magic glue on, then they don't beat their chests. They just feel the beat. The way to learn about beat and pulse is to feel it. Can we then internalize some beats? Hey, hey, look at me. I am clapping, you can see. Doing that on instruments is great activity. I've put the whole song out on pulse beats on the floor and turned one over so that the visible red heart is the one that you have out loud. The one which on here is green is an inaudible one. It's one that you need to put in your thinking voice. So let's do who can put their last beat in the right place. Great game. And you end up, and I always say, look, if we get it right, it'll be perfect. If we don't, I get a round of applause because everyone goes, hey, look at me, I am clapping, you clap, and what have you. So by internalizing the song, you know if your children have really understood beat. And I do this with young children as well. Moving on to rhythm, we've got a visual representation of the sound of someone's clapping. I'll show you what it means.
Ready, go. Hey, hey, look at me. I am clapping, you can see.
And obviously, this is the preparation for ta, ta, te, te, ta. One sound, one stem, or one head of one note. Which are we doing? Can we do it? Is I always keep beat as a bilateral skill, and I keep the rhythm not as a cross-lateral skill because there's too much going on in the brain, but with a fixed point and with rhythm tapping fingers. Because if it's clapping, there's a risk of it being too far and there's distance and spatial awareness coming in. Is it beat? Is it rhythm? The more the children sing the song or somebody else sings it, the better they'll grasp the difference between the two. And here comes our game. Is it beat? Is it rhythm?
Ready, go.
And yes, we're all marvelous, so we're all going to say it's the beat. Moving on, each box is our pulse heart. So having tapped and worked it out, hey, hey, look at me. So how many sounds on our third pulse beat? You can't actually get this wrong. So when you hand this out to your children with a student code on their Chromebooks or something electronic, depending on what you've got in your school, you can't get it wrong. One sound for hey, one sound for hey. If I try one sound for look at, you can't do it. So it does help you get it right. And it then moves on to standard notation. Ta, ta, te, te, ta, te, 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 te. Whoops, missed. Te, te, ta. So we've got our sound. And here we start to improvise. Now, it could be that children like to put on their little cards first on a piece of paper. I have a lot of small cards that I hand out and say, well, this is my rhythm. What's my rhythm? Hey, 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 hey. And they put their cards into their 4 boxes or on top of their pulse hearts. So I improvise and they do a dictation. Can they do that themselves? It's very easy to just do it this way. Click on what you like and then play it and speak it and play it. Can they speak it first? I'm a great believer in speak, tap, then write, not doing it the other way around. So what have we got from all of these exercises so far from one song? We've got literacy, we've got sing and play the games, we're learning about pitch, the teacher's doing pitch, because you will have noticed on each of those recordings there's an off we go or an all together off we go, which gives the starting note of the song. We've got improvising, confidence, pulse and beat. We caught the song. We looked at pulse and rhythm. Now let's look a little bit further at what more you could do, still on that same two-pitch song. It's important to work on pitch kinesthetically first. So we've got our song, hey, hey. I'm sorry, I appreciate it's not an A and an F sharp. So I've taken the pitch down. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Hey, hey, look at me. I am clapping, you can see. If I ask a child to show me with their magic pencil, whether it's high or low, if we haven't practiced it, they're not necessarily going to sing it from the stave. So practice kinesthetically.
Ready, go. Hey, hey, look at me. I am clapping, you can see.
By adding something visual to the pitch, it allows children a simpler route to understand the abstract concept of pitch when using the voice. If it's on an instrument, a tuned instrument, you can look at a piano and that's a bit higher up towards the high end and that's a bit lower. But singing, it's you. So the more kinesthetic work you can do, the better.
Ready, go. Hey, hey, look at me. I am clapping, you can see.
Can your children sing it and show at the same time? As I'm sure he has a name, the small green pencil. Can they sing and do that? Can they do that away from the screen? Now let's link blobs of pitch. Again, another visual representation, and you can't get this wrong. So, hey, hey, how many sounds? Hey, hey. So you could work it out by just how many sounds you have. But actually, we're going to put that in. Hey, hey, look at me. High, low, high, high, low. I am clapping, high, high, low, low. If you can't work it out, hum it, because they can feel where the difference is. And so we then get to the end of our screen. Hey, hey, look at me. And it's a visual representation of pitch. Moving from there onto solfa. Oh, this is why I love Musicplay Online. So good. Right. We need to click to place the note. Oh, no, we know it's higher and lower. We've now, with other games, learned so me, so me, so me, so me. We've looked at it at visual representation. Can we now look at it on a stave? Again, you can't get it wrong. And so on. So we've got it as so's and me's without necessarily knowing that it's an A or an F sharp. If your children are learning an instrument, which quite often they are in Key Stage 2, can we do it with note names? Again, you can't get it wrong. So it helps with note reading as well and music reading. In the tools section was, oh, that was one of those idea moments. Tools, amazing. So we're going to compose our tune. We're going to notate it first and compose. You can use stick notation or you can use stemmed notes. I'm going to use stemmed notes. We've only got 8 beats in our song. So I'm going to put the second half of it as all rests. Otherwise I can't play it back. So I have, hey, look me. This is the beat. Hey, hey, look at me. Ta, 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 ta. Write it in. Ta, 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 ta. I'm just going to finish it off for speed. And then add all the rests for the moment. And I'd like to play it and hear it. Well, what about, now, when I was writing that down, and I often find children do this, you ask them to write something in notation, but if it's rhythmic notation and they know the song, they'll automatically sing it. So let's give them that opportunity. And go back to tools again and do our melodic. I had to practice this before because I kept practicing putting all the wrong things. So we're going to start. I don't want to do it in note names straight away. I want to do it in solfege. So I'm going to click on that because it's a single note, a single sound on the first beat. So me, so me. Change to the quavers. So on. Let me just finish it off. Oops, but not like that. So I'll get rid of that. Now, somewhere else within Musicplay Online, I just need this to go back again. Thank you. In the tempo interactive, that's great as a warm-up activity. However, if we want to do this at a different speed, if it's a bit tricky at this speed to read it back and sing at 90 metronome mark, can we now sing it slower? Feel the difference in change of tempo. Well done. Now, children, get out the glockenspiels and let's turn it into note names. Can we compose it again? I'm not going to compose it again. Get them to do the tune and get them to change it. Can they play along? I hate to say it, but there's hours of endless fun on that one. Right. Okay. So the other thing that you do have with Musicplay Online is that with every song, you look at the bottom of the sheet and there is something called song activities, which outlines not only the musical information about the song, but as many other ideas as you could have possibly thought of. Instruments, I mean, this is just a quick click. It doesn't make the most beautiful slide, but it's everything that is underneath, just at the bottom that says further songs. You have all the information about the song, what its tone set is, what concept you could be teaching, what year it's most suited to. And I'm going to challenge that and bring it into year 6 any minute now. I was once in a school in Stockton where the year 6 class did I, Me, Oh, My, which is the song we're going to use after this. And they did it as a rap with black jackets and dark glasses. And they did all sorts of amazing things. They took one song and they explored it, and it was incredible. But you wouldn't think so if you just initially thought, oh, well, I'll just use that one for singing on pitch. You can explore. But as I say, there are lots and lots of ideas. Oops, just lost that. Oh, my note just disappeared. There we are. Right. So just a quick look at what else you could do. Quick reminder for Hey, Hey, Look at Me. So why use just one song? It's a great way to teach a lot of things, certainly with adults who are nervous about singing. And that way they don't have to worry about remembering the song and remembering all the song words. And they can put all that information, all those skills into a new situation. But with children, integrating children in the playground, sometimes it's tricky. Could you share what you did today? We've all done this song in our class from year 1 to year 6, and everyone's done something different. Well, each class. You're in year 1. Could you go and find out what a year 5 child did with it? You're in year 6. Can you go and find out what somebody in year 2 did with it? Integrate outside in the playground. It's a great way of, getting everyone to share a song. So, for example, if we had our song a week, the song for the week, they used to, when I worked for Sing Up many years ago, they had a song stop, and there was an area in the playground that somebody had what basically looked like a bus stop sign, and it said, "This is the song stop." And we trained up about 4 or 5 10 or 11 10-year-olds, 9 to 10-year-olds, keen singers who would learn a few songs, and they were there to share. And so they would share with the children who weren't quite sure what to do with in the playground, or they hadn't got a friend that day, or they'd fallen out with their mates. And so there was a song stop. And so we'd have a song of the week. It was great. And then one class would come in and say, "Oh, I learned such and such from year 5. Well, year 5 all get stickers because they shared their song. It was a small, simple thing, but it really worked, and it got everybody singing in the playground. So I'm going to move on to another song. Uses the same melody, as does Rain, Rain, Go Away and Seesaw Up and Down. And I'm going to introduce games and activities that can be explored and developed in groups, in the classroom, on Chromebooks, or even on paper. So this is my song. It's to do with a pie. I, me, oh my, how I like my cherry pie. Not your turn yet. I, me, oh my, how I like my cherry pie. Not your turn yet. I'm going to sing it and show you where I breathe. I, me, oh my, how I like my cherry pie. Did you spot where I breathe? Obviously, you're all big people, and I'm speaking to you as if you're 5. Sorry. So this time, I'd like you to draw the rainbow as I sing. You're drawing your rainbow phrase with me. Off I go, I, me, oh my, how I like my cherry pie. My go. I, me, oh my, how I like my cherry pie. I'd like you to learn my song, even though you've actually just caught it. I, me, oh my. If I point to myself, it is for me to sing and for the respondents to listen. If I do that to the children, I would like them to sing, put the song on my hand, and I need to listen. Michael Stocks from the Voices Foundation always used to say, "Don't sing with." And he's right, because the more you sing with your children, the more they go, "Go on then, do it." And you're left there thinking, "Oh," and it's because you're singing too much. So I'm going to use a gesture and have the children sing. And I used to ask them to remind me if I joined in singing, because it was very hard not to. So I'm going to sing it again. Here's my song. I'm still singing about cherry pie. Who would like to sing? Who would like my song? What other things could we put in the pie? And shall we sing it again? Now they're going to have loads of children go, "Oh, can't sing that," straight away. So let's change the pitch. And this is one of the best ways I've found for changing the pitch. Off we go. Look of horror from the children. Let's take it back. 4, 3, 2, 1. This is our new note. I, me, oh my, how I like my cherry pie. Can we change the pitch? What number should we go to? Number 3, Jemima. Right. 1, 2, 3. This is our new note. I, me, oh my, how I like my cherry pie. And out of all the different ways to change pitch and sort of ooh, or whatever, this has worked best for me and for the teachers that I've used, that I've shown it to, and they've then used it in the classroom. So if you tap on the finger of the number, you decide your number beforehand as well. There's a lot of teachers worry a little about setting the pitch. So we're going to go, that's our note there. All together, off we go. I, me, oh, I. We're going to go to number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my note for my song. Show the children what you're doing. In which case, you then give them a tool for being able to change the pitch. And it works really well. So we've learnt the song. Now, how do we play the game? For each of the areas of this song, they're going to be 5 easy ideas. So I've mentioned how to change pitch, and it really does work. So here's our song. Remember, you're ready, steady, off you go. I, me, oh my, how I like my cherry pie. It does have a clef, but you don't have to always start on that note. There might be some words that you need. Timbre, what it sounds like. Could we change the voice? Can we change the pitch? Could we change the dynamics? So you're using the same song to explore all sorts of different things. So you need to maybe, with young children, plant the ideas first, then they can think of them themselves. I'm sure you know what I mean. So talk through some different pie fillings with 2 syllables, which the children could use when it's their turn. Pass the pie round. I, me, oh my, how I like the cherry pie. Child holding the pie at the end of the song gets to pick the next flavour. Can they find a pie filling that has 2 syllables? Apple, chicken. You will get strawberry, and then you go into the conversation about how many syllables and so on. But it's really important to go through all of those. It adds to the extra learning. Could that child sing the whole song first for everyone to copy? Might not. They might just give you that pie flavouring, and everyone remembers it. I say that, they don't, because they learned it was cherry pie, and therefore putting in a different flavour, you won't often, well, I've never had a whole class or a whole training session of teachers remembering to put the same flavour in. It makes it very funny, and it makes it a lot more relaxed, because it doesn't matter that we get it wrong, because it's only a pie flavour. But it is another way of thinking about the song. Are you actually aware of the song, or are you singing it on autopilot? Can the child, if you, point number 3, if you're asking your children to sing the whole song, they'll sing it with a friend. I don't say, do you want to do it, yes or no? Because they can say no. I often say, would you like to sing it on your own or with a friend? Do you want to pick your friend who you'd like to sing it with? They're never, ever going to pick a shy child. They're going to pick the one who's going to sing it nice and loudly so that they can work with that child. So do you want to sing it on your own or with a friend? You've given them the option to still learn. You don't say, do you want to do your numeracy today or not? Because if they say no, you're stuck and you've got to stick with it. Do you want to do it on your own or with a friend? Always remember to set your ready, steady, off we go. Talk about everyone starting on the same note. Keep the children singing unsupported. Not with you as well. Tap your knees to the beat as the pie goes round. What else can we put in the pie? Does it have 2 fillings? Give them the ideas, and then they might well come up with the ideas themselves. But it's tricky unless you've actually given them some ideas first. Checklist. Is everyone able to engage and join in? Can each child sing most of the song? Use a simple song. If not everyone's joining in yet, make it simpler. There's time. Who can remember to insert the new pie fillings? Honestly, I challenge you to do that. Whole class, go from cherry, change to something else. Good luck. I'll be very impressed. Can any child sing the whole song as a solo? Remember, these are young children that we're talking about. A bit older. Can we sing the song and draw the rainbow phrase? And the phrase is a musical sentence or idea. Only 2 phrases in this song. Hum the song. And you feel the buzz of the hum. We're humming the melody, the tune. We're changing the timbre. Use those words. Divide the class in half. Can the class first half sing? Can the second half? I'll try that again, and so that it makes sense. Divide the class in half. First phrase, have that half clasps. The ones on the left, let's try that. Singing, and then the ones on the right, hum the second phrase. Can they swap over? Quite a challenge for young children. Can they hum the song and show with a melody pencil or melody finger whether and large gesture if the note is high or low? Can they sing only the high notes? I, me, oh, Hawaii, cherry. Can they work in pairs? Can they alternate, which is a lot easier than just isolating one? Check with a checklist. Are your children matching your pitch setting? I would have loved to have lots of videos to show you all of this, but I'm not in school anymore. Are the children all starting the song together? It really does help if you don't start it. So if you go, I, and expect them to sing, they've missed the first 2 words. All together, off you go. And use magic lips, and that will help them come into writing beginning, to start at the beginning of the song. Can your children identify which note is the higher of 2 notes? Can they focus on their own part when their class splits into 2? So, still working with pitch. Sing the song, show the pitch with a large gesture, high and low. Lovely little pictures from clip art here. Can they show the song in human pitches? And then sing it with a standing up pitch, high, sitting down pitch, low, high, high, low. Can you divide your children into groups and compose 4-note human melodies? High, 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 low. Can somebody else sing your composition? Putting your children, standing your children in a group. You'll need 5 children, 1 to do the organising, and then they have to sing it back, and they read and sing notation of people. At this point, sing it in high and low, and say you've got solfa names for those. So, me, so, me, so. Playing an echo game with large gesture. Here's my starting note, so. Sing it back to me, children. Can you make that pattern and notate it in people? Could they write it down? So it's literally musical dictation, but it's so good for listening skills. Ask the children to echo the pattern, singing and showing large gesture. Can they recreate that same pitch pattern? If they've put it onto a piece of paper and drawn it or chalked it or used stickers or blobs or whatever, can they perform their own melodic pattern? Are they still singing the so, me interval accurately? Great to check it. Check it with chime bars. If you want a so and a me, you could use a G and an E. The G is the higher one, E is lower. C, A would work, and so would F with D. Let's do some composing. So pitch structure comparatives and a bit of composition. Ooh, I'm watching my time, I think. Create a child-led performance. Give them the opportunity to compose. We need a beginning, we need the middle, and we need a coda, which just means the tail end. In groups, get the children to sing the song. They need that song somewhere. Do they have instruments? Do they have tuned instruments? What will you have in your introduction? Body percussion? Different instruments? Who's playing? How many people are playing? There's so much discussion and so much learning that goes on when starting to compose. How many times will you sing it? What can you change to add more interest to your song? Can you use dynamics? Can you use texture? How can you change the tempo? Could you change the tempo as part of the song? That's an interesting one. And as I say, the most learning happens while the children are composing. It's a very noisy process, but it does work. And they get so much out of it, more than the finished product. But the actual process here is really important. Ask them, give them a couple of ideas to decide at the beginning, what is the speed going to be? How do you know when to start? 4 listening beats on a drum. This is an idea that a child said to me once. Said, well, can we have some listening beats? What a great phrase. So yes, lots of decisions to be made. And it's not something that you can't do with your 6 children. How thick a texture can you create? Does it matter if everyone is starting at the same time? Are you creating a canon? Are you doing it as a round? There are so, literally, it's endless. But is everybody involved in your group? Are the children in each group listening to each other? I do wish this came with a video, I'm sorry. Are the children working well within the group? Is the pitch maintained throughout? And does it matter? Are they changing the pitch? Are they setting the pitch? And then when they have got to the end of their half an hour of composition, can their audience identify the changes in all the comparatives you've used? In the same way that the Musicplay Online Interactive shows the relationship between pulse and rhythm, you can do the same thing in the classroom. The vocabulary you need working with pulse and rhythm is here. I use printed out pulse hearts all the time with children and adults, and it really helps with the rhythm. Time well spent laminating sets of 4 hearts. So if we're looking at rhythm, I'm going to speed up. Sing, use your 2 rhythm tapping fingers, tap the syllables, walk the beat, tap the rhythm. Have your 4 different filling cards, place them around the room, and during the song, tap the beat loudly while they march the beat. Everybody in the chicken pie's out for the moment. You're going to join the steady beat band. Other ideas: divide the class into 2 groups. A taps the beat, B taps the rhythm, swap. You might have cards that just say swap in the middle of a song. Like I mentioned there, create a steady beat band and use the beat all the time. It gives the children who are less happy walking about, there are some, who don't feel confident walking within a circle, to keep the beat while the class sings. Challenge your children. Sing the song rhythm in rhythm. I'll say that again. Sing the song in rhythm time names. Play it on tuned percussion at the same time. Now we've already looked at the hey hey beat exercise. Same principle with our cherry pie. Which pulse heart has 2 phrases, 2 syllables? Can we speak it? Speaking the rhythm of the song is much harder once they've learnt it as a song, because they'll automatically sing it. Can they turn it into a healthy food piece of music? Really easy to do these on Google. Oh, this is a PDF. Oops. So that it didn't disappear. Where's it gone? Right. They all look quite similar. That's why. Right. Okay. Instruments. Make sure you know which is which. Timbre, what it sounds like, the color of the sound. Now, an ostinato is going to be the best thing to use. It's your real friend. It's a repeated pattern. You can use it as a sung ostinato or as a spoken ostinato. Keep still thinking that you can use this song with your year sixes. How else are you going to get them to create an amazing piece? There are lots of ideas on here. I'm going to whiz ahead so that I don't completely run out of time, but it is all there. Shaking instrument on the rhythm. I'm not a great maraca fan of rhythms because it doesn't go out, it goes. So it's another conversation you have with children. If you're having a shaking instrument on the rhythm, how accurate is it? Does it match the pulse? Does it not? If you have neurodivergent children in your class, it'll annoy them. So have a range of instruments so that there is an exact pulse and there is exact rhythm.
Hey, Ruth, I just wanted to let you know we've got about 8 minutes left.
Right.
I only have one question on our list, so we're good, but just thought I'd give you a heads up.
Thank you very much. I'm whizzing now. I will leave you these ideas here because it's all about composing, repeating, using instruments, use the singing voice. Whiz, 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 whiz. Right. Playing a game. Which one is, hey, hey, look at me? I'm going to play telephone numbers. And it all starts with, hey, hey, look at me, or I, me, oh, my. I, me, oh, my, and what's the number for my telephone number? There are lots of games of this on Musicplay Online. Do look for them because they are amazing. Guess my mystery number. I have 4 numbers in my number. What is it? With my children, even up to year 6, I will always put the word and I'll add an extra bit. So I might go tay, 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 ta, ta, and ta, 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 tay, tay. And eventually they can get it without and they can get 4 numbers. But they can do that themselves in words or with notation. I'm going to whiz there. Changing texture, we can do that. So I do want to show you with the composing. So change the texture. It's your choice. It's never been done before. It's improvising. Texture in music describes the layers of the sound, and I always call it a musical lasagna. So how many parts are playing at once? So you have your tomato sauce at the bottom. So that's the thin sound. That's just the singing. Tomato sauce and pasta. The singing and the beat. Tomato sauce, pasta, cheese sauce. You're making a thicker texture. So your texture is the musical lasagna of your piece. So can your class work in groups and create their own piece? I'm going to whiz on because that's the ideas and then show you it. Can you invert the melody? I, me, oh my, how I like my cherry pie. Can you sing it as a canon? After 1 beat, after 2 beats, after 3 beats. You can't do this sort of thing with a much harder song. It needs to be a simpler song. Create and compose. Create a graphic score. So we've got our simple song at the beginning with step, sh, step, sh. I, me, oh my, how I like my cherry pie. Let's add another ostinato. This is now going to test all my limbs. I, me, oh my, how I like my cherry pie. Or I love cherries. Shh. Coordinate your group to produce something in that form, can they write it down? Can they recreate it? Can they, with their graphic score, then put a beginning, a middle, and an end? Same tune, different words. Rain, rain, go away, come again another day. Seesaw up and down in the one that I have is the same melody, but there is so da 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 da. But with each of these links here, there is a teacher video of all the different things you could teach from that single song. I think I've got them. I've done.
Excellent. Nice work. Thank you so much, Ruth. That was wonderful. I actually do have one question here, and this is from back to the beginning. How do you decide if something should be a taught song or a caught song? Is it kind of like it's short and then you can just teach it by rote, or?
I would. If you have, say, oh, I do like to be beside the seaside, oh, I do like to be beside the sea, that's not a court song, because you've got to sing it about 40 times before everyone gets all of it. So I would suggest that if it's going to be, oops, I pressed that. If it's a court songs are pretty much simple songs, maybe 4 phrases at the absolute max, or a song with a lot of repetition.
All right, perfect. I think that covers that question. Brilliant. Well, unless there are other folks who have any burning questions, let me just double check here. It looks like that is all the questions. Very thorough. We do have a little bit of applause from some of our attendees, so well done. Thank you so much, Ruth.
Thank you.
And thanks everyone for attending our webinar this morning or this afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. As always, this will be available as a recording on our workshop site if you would like to watch anything again. And we hope to see you at our next webinar at the end of May on ukulele with Stacey Werner. Thanks again, Ruth.
Can I just say that all the slides they're all included. Everything's in there. But I was trying to make it so that even though it looks like there's a lot of words, it's fairly easy to follow.
Yes, perfect. Yes, and as a reminder to everyone, those are also available on the workshop site. So you can download those and consult if you want to rewatch or use them. So thanks again, everyone, for joining us. And thanks again, Ruth, for such a great webinar.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.